Minecraft. A game I have beaten before, a game I spent years mastering, and a game I have not finished in a very long time. I am not the same player I was back then. The game has changed. The challenges are different. So the question is not if Minecraft can be beaten. The question is, can I do it again? Every Minecraft world starts the same way. You spawn, you look around, and you begin. The first few minutes are muscle memory, wood, crafting table, tools. But then comes the part I love. Exploring, just walking, seeing what the world has to offer. I needed iron, and iron meant going underground. There's something about that first piece of iron ore. It's not just progress, it's security. It's knowing you're going to survive the night. I gathered what I could, smelted it, and I made an iron pickaxe. With iron comes freedom. You can go deeper, you can take risks. Then I saw them. Diamonds. 4 of them. Not a fortune, but enough for a pickaxe, enough to keep going. I spent hours down there, mining, exploring, getting lost in the rhythm of it. I'd forgotten how meditative caving could be. Just you, the stone, and the quiet. When I finally came up for air, the sun was setting. So I slept in the bed I had created when I killed some sheep. But it proved to me one thing, and that is, going forward, I needed a base. Nothing fancy, just 4 walls and a roof. And perhaps a door. It wasn't much, but it was mine. My first real foothold in this world. Then I started a farm. Wheat. Simple, sustainable. I know it sounds boring, but farms mean food. Food means time. Time means I can focus on what matters. I was building momentum, the kind you don't notice until you look back and realize how far you've come. And then, deep within a cave, I found exactly what I needed. Obsidian, already formed. I didn't have to make it myself, at least some of it. 10 blocks, that's all you need for another portal. 10 blocks between the overworld and everything that comes next. But I took 14 blocks instead. I built it near my base, close enough to run back if things went wrong. The moment you light another portal, everything changes. You're not just surviving anymore, you're committing. I stepped through. The Nether doesn't care how prepared you are. It doesn't care how confident you feel. I wasn't here to fight. Not yet. I just wanted to see what I was up against. I found a fortress. Saw the blazes. I'd need to fight eventually. But not today. Today was just reconnaissance. I thought I was being careful. I wasn't. Everything I brought with me, gone. The Nether had reminded me of something I forgot. Progress isn't a straight line, and every step forward comes with a cost. I keyed up again. Food, tools, blocks, the basics. I told myself this time would be different, that I'd learned my lesson. Far from it. You could say I'm the best player in Minecraft history. And you would be terribly wrong. After this, I did everything except for going to the Nether for a little bit, and after doing everything else except going to the Nether, I decided to go back to the Nether. In the Nether, I did pretty well this time. 8 blaze rods. I died with 8 blaze rods. I couldn't do it anymore. Not that night. The Nether had won. Not permanently, but for now it had won. I logged off, stepped away, and when I came back the next day, I decided something. I wasn't going back for blaze rods. Not like that. There had to be another way. Something I'd missed. Something smarter. When I logged back in, I did something I should have done from the start. I looked up what I actually needed. Turns out, piglins trade. You give them gold and they give you random items. And one of those items is fire resistant potions. Fire resistance, the thing that would have saved me a dozen deaths. I just needed to trade for it. I found piglins in the Nether, kept my distance as first, watched how they moved, what they did. The trades are random. Sometimes you get what you need, sometimes you don't. But eventually, I got lucky. Fire resistance potions, enough to keep me safe. With fire resistance, the Nether became a different place. I could walk through lava, stand in fire. The thing that killed me over and over couldn't touch me. I also realized something else. Piglins can drop ender pearls. Not often, but they can. Except when I needed them. They stopped dropping. Of course they did. But I did have blaze rods now. Enough of them. That part was done. I needed ender pearls. 12 of them to fill a portal. But you always want more in case some break. And if piglins wouldn't give them to me, I'd hunt endermen for them. Hunting endermen is simple in theory. Don't look at them, hit the legs, kill them fast. In practice, it's a nightmare. They teleport, they hit hard, and they're fast. I spent hours doing this, hunting in the dark, collecting pearls one at a time. 7 pearls. I needed at least 12. This was going to take forever. And then I remembered villagers. Clerics trade ender pearls for emeralds. I needed to find a village, find a cleric, or make one myself. Found a village, found an unemployed villager, and a brewing stand I could use to turn him into a cleric. He became a cleric, and yes, he'd trade ender pearls. 4 or 5 emeralds each. I needed emeralds, and Fletchers trade emeralds for sticks. I had a lot of sticks. So I turned trees into sticks, sticks into emeralds, emeralds into ender pearls. It wasn't exciting, but it worked. 12 pearls would fill the portal, but I wanted insurance, backups. I kept trading. 25 ender pearls. Way more than I needed. But after everything the Nether put me through, I wasn't taking chances. I combined the blaze powder with the pearls, and just like that, I had eyes of ender. Each eye point towards the stronghold, the place where the end portal waits, the last step before the dragon. I'd spent days repairing, dying, learning, grinding, trading, all for this moment. I had everything I needed. The blaze rods, the ender pearls, the eyes. All that was left was finding the stronghold. The Nether had tried to stop me. The endermen, the trades, the grind, it all tried to break me down. But I made it. I found the stronghold, and for the first time in this entire journey, I felt ready. I wasn't rushing into the end unprepared. Not after everything I'd been through. I needed armor, full iron, and backups. Extra pickaxes, extra swords, tools I could afford to lose. Food, lots of it. I wasn't going to die because I got hungry at the wrong moment. And a carved pumpkin for the endermen so I could look around without them attacking me. 2 beds, one to set my spawn at home and one for the stronghold. If I died in the end, I wanted to respawn as close as possible. I followed the ice across the ocean, through the forests, toward the spot where the stronghold waited underground. I dug down, and there it was. Stone bricks, mossy, cracked. The strongholds. Strongholds are massive, confusing, easy to get lost in, but somewhere here was the portal room. There, the portal room. I set my spawn right there, next to the portal. If I died in the end, I'd come back here, ready to try again. 12 eyes. The portal opened, and on the other side, the end. I stood there for a moment, just looking at it, knowing that once I jumped, there was no turning back, until the dragon was dead, where I was. It's called the end for a reason. Nothing else exists here. Just you, the dragon, the towers, and the enderman, of course. First step, take out the crystals. They heal the dragon. As long as they're active, the dragon can't die. Some crystals are protected by iron bars. You can't just hit them, you have to shoot them. I took them out one by one. Build, climb, shoot, don't fall. The dragon doesn't just sit there and watch. I respawned in the stronghold, exactly where I planned. I went right back in. More crystals down. The dragon was getting angrier, faster. With the crystals gone, it was just me and the dragon. Hit it when it lands. Dodge when it charges. It's chaos. The dragon is fast, unpredictable, and it hits like a truck. I got a hit a lot, but I kept moving, kept healing, kept fighting. Its health was falling, slowly but falling. I got greedy, stood there in the dragon's breath too long. But the dragon's health stayed where I left it. I didn't have to start over. I was close, so close. Just a few more hits. And then it was over. I stood there, watching the credits roll, and I let it sink in. I'd done it, but I wasn't done yet. There was one more thing. The dragon egg. The egg doesn't break normally. Hit it and it teleports. You have to trick it. Push it with a piston or use a torch. Let it fall and break on the torch. Either way, it's yours. I took the egg and went home. The walk back felt longer than any other part of the journey, but I didn't mind. I had time to think. I thought about all the times I died, all the failures, the frustration, the moments I wanted to quit. But I also thought about the progress, the small victories, the trades that worked, the crystals that fell, the dragon that died. Progress isn't a straight line. It never is. Every step forward comes with a cost. Deaths, time, patience. But I made it. I beat Minecraft. Not because I was perfect, not because I didn't fail. I beat it because I kept going, and sometimes that's all it takes. It's me, Martin, and I'm out.